Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at something a little different, as instead of throwing it back to one of the old live action movie lines, we're actually going to be taking a look at one of the original Transformers G1 retro reissues of Transformers Autobot Blaster. Now I believe this figure was actually a Walmart exclusive that was released in 2019, 2020, I may be completely wrong, but here in the UK he's actually really difficult to get a hold of, but I believe in the States he is in fact actually shelf warming, and I believe he's being discounted for such a ridiculous price, like $10, it may be even $5, but here in the UK he is a little more difficult to actually obtain, and this will in fact actually be one of my first G1 figures. I actually do not own, or at least I don't believe I have actually opened any of the G1 figures. I've got Blaster, I've got Optimus Prime, Starscream and Soundwave, so other than Blaster, please feel free to let me know down in the comment section below what figure you would like me to take a look at in the next episode. But I wanted to take a look at Blaster today, as we haven't as of yet actually seen an updated generation version of this character, and this will actually also be one of the first Blasters that I will add to my collection. So you can see here for the box art, really awesome, very nostalgic. I believe this is an almost one-to-one replica of how the original 80s toy came packaged, so we've got that really awesome character art there of Blaster. We've got him transformed up into the boombox. Honestly, I thought Blaster was one of the coolest characters from the G1 series, so I'm super excited to take a look here at this character today. And then as we spin around here to the back, you can see that we've got some really awesome character shots of the Dinobots. You can see we've got the Insecticons, Decepticons and Autobots, basically just Transformers in a nutshell, Autobots versus Decepticons. So without further ado, let's crack Blaster open and see what these G1 figures are all about. And pow! Here we have Blaster fully opened up and out of the packaging, and as he comes packaged of course in his boombox mode, or I guess you could call it the cassette player mode, and first impressions are that I'm thoroughly impressed, at least at how his alt mode looks. This really is a very faithful representation of what we saw in the original 80s series. Now I'm not entirely sure as to whether or not the materials used on these reissue figures are the same as what we got in the 80s. This does definitely feel a lot firmer of a plastic compared to what we are used to now with Studio Series and War for Cybertron trilogy, but I do also have an Optimus Prime from this G1 line, and it is definitely a very hefty figure. I haven't opened him yet, he still is in the package, but I believe that's got die cast, whereas Blaster here is just completely plastic. So for those of you who own the original version, please let me know down in the comment section below whether or not the original version did have die cast. But actually taking a look here at the details of this reissue, it really does look fantastic, especially from a front perspective. You can see we've got some really nice authentic speaker details. We've actually got some of the cassette buttons, which when pushed will actually deploy the cassette deck, which is a really nice touch. Unfortunately I don't actually own any of the cassette tapes, but I will certainly be on the hunt to track some of those down, and we do actually get the handle where you would grip this and of course walk around with it. I was very intrigued to see that we actually have got sticker details, something which I'm not a massive fan of, but considering they are opting to go for 100% reissue accuracy, I guess this would be accurate to the original toy. And we also do get one of those heat insignias, so if you do place your thumb over the top and just give that a nice rub, just caress Blaster, you can see that it will in fact show that he is indeed an Autobot, which is really cool. And as we spin around here to the back, he cleans up impeccably well, despite you can see some parts of the face from the robot mode, but other than that it's a super awesome looking boombox, and is actually quite a large piece as well. I wasn't expecting it to be nowhere near as big as this, but of course this guy is a Transformer, so let's transform him up into his robot mode. And just like that, here we've got Blaster fully transformed up. A very simplistic transformation, but I believe it results in a fairly looking accurate robot mode. Of course, this guy is by no stretch of the imagination as close to accuracy as he would be if we now got a 2021 updated version of this guy. But for an original 80s toy, Hasbro and Takara Tomy did a fantastic job. Now, something which I was actually really surprised to see is that even on the back of the figure, we've got the classic Hasbro logo actually engraved. So the actual classic Hasbro text, or I guess you could call it the idents, which is a really nice attention to detail. And I also believe we've got the Takara Tomy text actually engraved in the back as well, which is really nice. But the robot mode is very big, probably as big as a now modern day leader class, but the figure is very light. Most of the pieces I believe are hollow. The conversion is very simplistic, and no doubt the cassette or boombox mode is the better out of the two modes, but the bot mode for an original toy I think is incredibly well done. The head sculpt is really nicely detailed and in fact painted. We do in fact also get included Blaster's Blaster, which too has been sculpted really well, completely cast out of a black plastic, which I don't think looks too too bad. And he does in fact actually have some die-cast joints, such as these rods here at the top, which actually hold the arms together, and there may in fact be some other die-cast connections, but I actually can't see them here in robot mode. So really nice looking details here. You can see we've got some of those stickers there for the shoulders, which I don't think look too bad. Some stickers for the hips, as well as here for the shins. And when you do actually fold the feet out, it does also reveal some really nice detailing as well, which is super cool. Articulation is very basic, so we do get a swivel joint here at the head. The arms can hinge up and down, as well as also rotate left to right due to transformation. No elbow rotation, although we do get some wrist rotation, mainly due to transformation. The legs can't kick forwards and backwards and can merely hinge out to the sides due to transformation. So overall, as far as the first impressions goes for one of these original G1 reissue figures, I actually really like this, and I'm really looking forward to actually unboxing Soundwave, as Soundwave looks to be the best out of the bunch that I've collected so far, judging by some of the images and reviews online. I would love to know down in the comment section below what you guys think of this type of videos, just something different to put on the channel every so often, just so that you guys are not continuously staring at a white review station. Be sure to let me know down below if you enjoy this type of video. What can I do in order to improve this type of format, or do you think that it works? And also be sure to let me know what you think of this figure. Would you like me to take a look at some of the other retro reissue figures that I own, or would you prefer me to stick to some of the live action movie figures? I thank you all so much for watching, and until my next review, I'll see you then. Autobots, roll out!